Let's get into this conversation now. Members of Parliament's ad hoc committee are expected to visit Kgoši Mampuru Prison this week to hear testimony from the controversial tenderpreneur Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, who is incarcerated on attempted murder charges. Now, the body is looking into allegations of infiltration in the criminal justice system, and that's where Matlala has been named as a member of the so-called Big Five cartel. Let's speak now to legal expert Ulrich Roux, who talks to us about what the committee could possibly hear from Mr. Matlala and how far can he go to reveal stuff without implicating himself. Ulrich, good to have you. As always, thank you for your time. Let's start with how much Mr. Matlala can reveal without implicating himself.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Yes, so his testimony will be given under oath, which means that he declares that it is the truth that he's telling before the parliamentary ad hoc committee. There is, however, a rule against testifying in such a committee that he cannot be forced to give any evidence which self-incriminates him in having committed any crimes. That however, if he voluntarily gives evidence which ultimately does incriminate himself, then it's not the duty of the committee to stop him or the duty of anyone who sits on the committee to stop him. So, there's been some really explosive testimony both before the Madlanga Commission as well as the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee, and one would have to wait and see how Cat Matlala responds to that. He's been implicated in severe corruption and untoward behavior. And one would have to wait and see until he testifies tomorrow to see if he is able to clear his name or whether through cross-examination by the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee he digs an even deeper hole for himself. It's interesting and it's not the norm that the committee is, of course, travelling from Cape Town to the Kgoši Mampuru Prison in Pretoria to conduct this hearing. Now, the reason for that is nothing more than it would have been a logistical nightmare to bring Mr. Matlala from Kgoši Mampuru Prison, incarcerate him in Pollsmoor Prison, and then having him testify before the committee in Parliament there. So the committee made a joint decision that they will be coming up to Pretoria, and the Kgoši Mampuru Prison has the facilities to accommodate them, and accordingly the committee will be proceeding from the prison when he testifies, which certainly is a first in my experience, and interesting that they deem Mr. Matlala's testimony so important that they are willing to all travel up to Pretoria in order for it to be conducted.